Years ago, before now, things like cancer and some other illness were actually foreign to Africans. And the reason is very simple. Some of these sickness or these diseases didn't come about naturally. They were man-made. Either one or two crazy people experimenting certain things in the lab and then decided to use people as lab rats. It's not new, it happens. Some of the pandemic recorded in history were actually man-made. And there are speculations out there. People are still trying to say, is it or is it not? They just the last pandemic, COVID-19, they're still like, was it natural or did it just happen? It's still being debated. So why am I talking about this? Recently, the former United States President Joe Biden was diagnosed with aggressive, they call it aggressive, I don't know why, aggressive prostate cancer. And he wrote, he made this statement. He said, cancer touches us all, you know, but I don't agree with him. I don't agree with him. Something that was not meant to be or not natural cannot be attributed to everybody. You know, for whatever reasons the West has, why they brought about things like cancer, I don't know. Years ago, decades ago, you wouldn't hear anybody in Africa being diagnosed with cancer. Before our dependency on foreign foods, canned foods, imported foods. I remember years back, some countries had to bow to pressure from IMF. Their silos and their storage facilities were all destroyed, so they can have, based on agreement, so they can have access to foreign loans, and depend on exports of their consumables. So it still boils down to this servant master ideology I keep talking about, syndrome. Africa is being made to be dependent on the West, and forcefully. You're forced to shut down your silos, destroy them, your storage facilities. You stop giving out loans to farmers so that you can be dependent on the West. Alas, in the West here, in the West, farmers have access to interest-free loans mostly. There's a faction of the European Union where loans are being granted to farmers so that they can help to, grow those crops that are mostly consumed by their people. But here in Africa, they are actually advising or advocating for us to be dependent on exports. Speaking about all these cancerous foods that are being consumed, you don't even know where their production was carried out. You don't even know if it was lab test or just watch the video so you can actually relate to what I'm trying to say.